and good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another general reading. We are just going towards the Aquarius season, and I said, okay, let's do another reading and just to see what the energies are around this portion in time in the collective. Okay, now again, situations are different for everybody. Everybody is in a different timeline. Everything is not the same for everyone, but take it in the way it resonates with your situation, and whatever guidance you can get out of this reading, please take it. Okay, now I will do what I always normally do. I'll cut the deck 3 times, flip the card, the centerpiece around, and then we'll go from there, and we'll have 6 cards out, 6 medium of communication, as I always say, between my spirit world and me. And we'll see what Spirit has to tell us in here around this portion in time. Okay, so hold on, guys, and we'll pray. I'm going to just move the camera down a little bit so that you can see the cards as it comes out, and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm going to cut the deck 3 times and we'll see what happens. Calling upon my spirit, my divine guide, angel, ancestors, and our spirit world into this reading for us to know in the collective what is happening, what is going on, what are the situations that we need to be aware of. Please make me a clean and clear vessel of communication between me and this reading so that we understand what you are trying to tell us in here. Okay, so we'll go, guys, and we'll see what's happening and we'll take it from there. Okay. All right, this is a collective reading, irrespective of your zodiac sign. So take in the guidance and see how you can best work around with your energy vibrations around this portion in time. The bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man, right? Now, with the Hanged Man, there could be a lot of interpretations that somebody is just not doing anything. Somebody is very, very unproductive, should I put it that way? Not taking any action, not doing anything much, right? Just hanging around. Neither here nor there kind of a situation. Could be in a very neutral frame of mind, not taking sides with anybody or with anyone at this portion in time. But the Hanged Man also signifies that somebody has a lot of patience, right? They're using a lot of patience in themselves to kind of come to terms with a lot of things. Pausing, reflecting, understanding information, and it's also, this card also signifies some, the part of the spirituality which we say in the tarot world as a dark night of the soul. That somebody is getting a lot of download, the brain is not quiet. There are a lot of activities that is happening while the body is not moving, right? So this situation can be in regards to someone getting a lot of spiritual reflections, has visions. Some of it could be illusions as well. But at the same time, it is the energy of someone in your life, or you, I'll say you as I always do, that you are not really rushing towards anything. That's what the card is talking. But you're kind of in that frame of mind that you're thinking about a lot of things as well. What's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. Just by yourself. You're the dark night of the soul. So you are going through your spiritual understanding. For some, it also can be that, right? But let's see, as we move into the reading, what Spirit has to say about the situation in the collective. So there could be a lack of action that for some of you, you might notice at this point in time with regards to yourself, that you're not in that frame of mind to really rush forward and do something quickly, take action right away, but you're kind of going through that process of understanding by yourself first, if that's the way I would like to say it, right? So if you're not clear about your own understanding in life, you will not be able to resolve any issue. So you have to be very, very clear about your own situation, your own restrictions, if you have any, your own problems, if you have any, right? Any kind of obstacles, barriers that you might have, you need to understand first. What is that you can do about that barrier or about the situation that is probably been troubling you, haunting you, and you're always constantly thinking about it subconsciously. You're always engaging yourself in understanding things better than you might have done before, where some of you could have taken quick actions without understanding the situation, right? So whatever it is, but that is the kind of an energy overall at this point. That's what we saw at the bottom of the deck, but we'll go from here. Okay. So the first card out, guys, is the Temperance card, right? Again, talks about having a lot of patience in yourself. There is a lot of patience that I told you that somebody is putting their work in, right? They are holding on. They're not moving quickly. They're not rushing towards anything, as I told you. They're taking their time to analyze, to work, to rework, but they do have a lot of patience because they are able to hold on to a lot of things with a lot of courage as well. There could be some situations in your life at this point that you do not really want, but then you're still controlling the urge to move, right? You're still controlling your urge to take action over that situation. You're holding back, you're holding on. There is a lot of alchemy within yourself at this point. Emotional alchemy is what I would like to say, where you're retaining your cool and calm approach towards your life situations. Okay. The next card out is the Six of Cups in the reverse, right? And this is clearly indicating that there is something in your life that you are not feeling happy about. You are not happy at all, but still you're controlling yourself from moving forward and doing something drastic at this point in time is also the story here, right? But there is some situation, guys, which could concern your children, which could concern friends, which could concern soulmate. It can be anything that normally is associated with your emotional happiness, which is missing in action. MIA at this point in time. It's not there, right? But then, even then, you're still very much in control of your own situation, of your own self. of your own understanding, as I told you right in the beginning. The Queen of Cups, right? The Queen of Cups is still hanging on. Love is still very much in the air for you. You still have not let it go, even though you're not happy, even though you're not satisfied, even though you feel completely um, dissatisfied emotionally. You're not happy, but still, love is still very much there. You're not letting it completely go from your life, whatever that could be for you. As I said, could be friends, could be children, could be soulmate, anything that you are emotionally in contact with at this point, but it's not there for you, right? But you're still waiting. You're still very much, that love is still there. You're not letting it go. Your dreams are very much intact about the situation. But then, like I said, you're controlling, you're pulling back from taking a step forward at this point, right? The next is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Wands in the reverse is an energy that a lot of people say is a bad energy. They don't like that energy, but for me personally, the Queen of Wands in the reverse represents somebody who is quite pissed off with a lot of situations that has gone drastically wrong in their life. They're just not happy, right? They're pissed off. They're not happy. And as a result of what has happened today is that this energy says that I'm not ready to move forward. I'm not ready to take action. Because the Queen of Wands is all about action, wants to do something, wants to keep going. There is some kind of movement, some kind of action with the Queen of Wands in the upright. But the Queen of Wands in the reverse is that energy of someone who is pulled back from a situation because they are pissed off. That's one. The second could be that they have a lot of dignity and pride in themselves, not ego, but a lot of dignity and pride in themselves. They don't want to, out of the way. They just don't want to barge in and say, hey, look, I'm here, let's go, get going. No, she's not going to do that. She's very dignified. She's very reserved at this point. She's pulled back from a lot of things in her life that she could have actually taken action on, but she's not doing it because she wants to retain her dignity and pride in her place in her life. Okay, that's the fourth card. The fifth card says Princess of Swords. So there is something that has something to do with her psychological part of the story. The Princess of Swords is about communication, is about knowing how to talk, is about being very clear with your understanding, cutting off all the BS. But it also means that there is a psychological part of the story, is the reason where she is probably not clear, where she probably still doesn't know the whole story. For some, it also could be that. Psychologically, she wants to be clear, but because the Queen of Wands is in the reverse, it says that she's psychologically pissed about something in her life that she still probably has not got a hang of. Okay, we'll see. Because with this card, the Princess of Swords, it clearly talks about, like I said, it clearly is a very it's like, I want to know the brutal truth. I want to know the truth. Don't give me the BS. Don't beat around the bush and tell me a story. Tell me the actual truth, so that psychologically I'm clear about whatever is going on in my life. I want to know that, right? That's the energy here. The last energy is the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. It talks about being focused at this point. So somebody, it could be you or like somebody, or it could be just you. You're very focused about something. We'll find out more, right? You're very focused. Either you're doing a new job or you're into a new situation. You're learning a new skill or you're trying to learn a new skill. But you're very focused in whatever that you are trying to bring together in your life at this point. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. Let's go for the clarifiers right now and we'll see what the clarifiers are talking about around this portion in time. So, like I said, with temperance, guys, let's see. Like, you know what I'm getting, to be honest with you, at this point, with all the cards out, is this is there and in the background for you. All these energies are playing in your background, in your subconscious state. They're there. But in the real world, you are more keenly focused on doing something that you are doing at this point. But at the same time, these energies are very much there behind you, right? So you could be working in the real world, learning something new, developing a new skill, but you have to be very focused because it could be something that you have just started, could be a job, could be a business, could be any kind of an enterprise that requires your complete focus, dedication, and attention. But at the same time, these energies are hovering around you. So they are very much there. So let's look at this Temperance card in here. Please talk to me about the Temperance card. Yeah, the Four of Wands. Okay. Let me first get the cards out, guys, in the first part, and let's see what they have to say here. Okay. We'll go into the third level, but let's just complete the first level in here, and I mean the second level in here, and see what the base cards. I'm just clarifying the base message first so that we can get into the depth of the reading here. Okay. Talk to me about the Eight of Pentacles, please. Okay, all right. So we got the second layer out. Let's look at the cards right now, okay? So with Temperance, you get the Four of Wands. So somebody is controlling that urge, having a lot of patience with a relationship in their life, or marriage, or contract, or anything where it concerns your house, your internal heart space that is closely linked with a relationship you have in your life at this point. But you have been very patient about this situation, guys. Like I said, you have controlled yourself, you have controlled your urges, you have not taken any drastic action or step towards this situation here. We'll go to the third level to see what it is more, but right now this is what is telling me, that you are doing a lot of alchemy within your emotional state of well-being and not taking any drastic step towards a situation in your life that directly is connected with your happiness as well. Okay, that could be a relationship, a marriage, a contract, a partnership, a new home, can be anything. Okay. Next card is, like I said, the Six of Cups in the reverse, where there is a block to your happiness or a block that is there, and the Princess of Cups in the reverse. So, which clearly says that again, you know that your heart is closed. You are not really paying attention to this situation at this point in time, guys. You have kept your heart closed towards, like I said, friends, family, children, love, soulmate, anything that talks about happiness, emotional happiness, right? You're keeping your heart in a very secured place. You're not opening your heart at all. At all. Now, this also could be because you're scared. It also could be a part of feeling a little bit emotionally skeptical about the situation. You don't want to get hurt. Some may call it emotional immaturity, maybe yes. Because of that, you're not moving, you're not saying anything, you're not showing any kind of emotional gratitude, right? You're not doing anything that shows that you are emotionally in touch with a situation because you know that happiness is not there. So, therefore, you have withdrawn yourself as well from that situation and you're keeping the whole situation locked up inside your heart. The Queen of Cups, like I told you, wants that thing to move, wants things to happen, right? But again, at the same time, she's there, but she is holding the dreams for this situation to change because, like I said, her heart is still very much in its place. She hasn't left the situation, she hasn't abandoned this situation, even though she's not doing anything about the whole situation. But still, the love is very much there, right? Where she is also at the same time being very stubborn about the situation. She is being very, very stubborn. This is the way the card came out. She's being very stubborn about the whole situation. She's not letting the whole situation leave her, like I said. She's not letting her love leave this place. But she's also being stubborn about showing her outwardly or inwardly affection towards this situation. There is a lot of stubbornness at play in here, and this probably is also the energy of somebody else. It also could be the energy of somebody you know in your life who knows about this situation, who at the same time knows that you are not letting it go because you can also be very stubborn if you want to be. Right? Okay. The next card, like I said, explained somebody has withdrawn, not taking action over the situation. Their pride could have been hurt, their dignity could have been hurt, so they have withdrawn. They have said, you know what, I don't want it. It's okay. I'm good by myself, right? And this is where the Eight of Cups is showing up. This is where the Eight of Cups is showing up, where it is the situation, guys, if you look closely, somebody's pride emotion has been hurt so much that they don't want to be a part of that story, whatever story they had been also involved in as the Queen of Wands. So they want to let that emotion go. They don't want to feel hurt. They don't want their pride to be hurt. They don't want their dignity to be hurt. Right? So they are very pissed off. So they are ready to let that kind of a bad emotion that they're like, I don't want it. I had enough of it. I can let it go. Because my pride could be more important to me. My dignity could be more important to me than holding on to something in my life that I know I'm not being satisfied or feeling completely satisfied about that situation in my life. Okay. Now, the next one, as I explained, was the Princess of Swords. Psychological. This is emotional, psychological kind of an energy here. It's more psychological that you are not, it's like you're not feeling happy. You're not understanding the whole situation. For some, you're pissed off. You could be hurt with your pride and dignity, but psychologically, you feel that you have the right or you deserve to know more truth about the whole situation, where that problem is or has been, where the devil in the reverse says, you have to let that go. That feeling is not good, because if you keep doing that psychologically, you are impacting yourself with a lot of probably even negative thoughts. It will dissipate, it will go, but you have to also let it go. Because if you want to know the truth, it's fine. But sometimes, what happens is that you are also attached to a lot of negative thinking in yourself. That's all psychological. It's not that you're doing it on purpose, it's coming to you, right? So that is an energy that says that clear yourself too. Psychologically, you have to also be very, very clear about your own mistakes, your own understanding, and your own lessons and the will to learn from your mistakes in life. But for that, guys, you have to let go of any kind of negativity that you may still be attached with, psychologically more so, right? Because you could be thinking that a lot of people may have done you harm, you don't want that energy, you want to let that emotion go. As the Queen of Wands, as the Queen of Cups, you're being very stubborn. You're not completely letting it go, but as the Queen of Wands, you want to let go of that emotion. So there is a kind of a collision of energy in here. There is a clash between your heart and your passion at this time. Your heart is telling you a different story, like your heart is there, but you're being very stubborn. You're keeping your heart locked and closed behind the rib cage. But your passion is telling you that your passion has been hurt, your pride has been hurt, your dignity has been hurt, and those are the emotions that whatever has hurt you, you want to let it go. Fair enough. But what Spirit says in here, guys, is that if you want the truth, if you want the right psychological understanding, then you by yourself will have to be detached from any kind of restriction or attachment that can cause a toxic or a negative impact in your psychological frame of mind or understanding. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, as I said, you're learning something new, you're trying to be very focused, you're putting up a lot of hard work with regards to a situation. The Fool in the reverse says that this also could lead you. If you are too focused on something, you could also be out of touch with your own spiritual understanding, because you're putting all your effort in the real world. You could be tired at the end of the day. You could be exhausted at the end of the day. You may not have that energy to really combine your energies properly in the right place. And this also could lead you to take a wrong action, because you could be in out of touch with your own spiritual world or with your own spirit world, because you're too focused on something in life where you're not paying attention to the other aspect of your life or the other dimension of your life as well. Because the physical world is one dimension, the 5D or the fifth dimension is totally a spiritual dimension. So if you are too caught up in the spirit, in the real world, in the 3D, if you're working way too hard, which some of you might be doing, that also could be leading you out of touch with your own fifth dimension as well, or the higher dimension, or the spiritual world, right? So, where if you are not careful, guys, that's a message. If you're not careful, you might end up taking a wrong call at this point in time, because you are not in sync with your fifth dimension understanding or spirituality. Okay, let's move on to the third level of our cards and see. Just talk to me about the Four of Wands here. Yeah, the King of Wands. Okay, let me get the card out here, guys, first. Please talk to me about the Princess of Cups and the Reverse. Please talk to me about the Nine of Wands here. The Eight of Cups. The Devil in the Reverse. And the Fool in the Reverse. All right. So if you see here, guys, let's go back to the first card, like I explained, the Temperance card. Then you have the Four of Wands, and then you have the King of Wands. So somebody is, whether it's you, or could be, like I say, always could be somebody you're closely connected with in a relationship, is definitely wants to take action over this situation, is putting, because that person or that energy, or it could be also you, you're thinking what to do now. What is the next best solution in this situation? And this could be with regards to your action, because the King of Wands is all about action, wants to do something, but before they do something, they are putting in a lot of thought. If you see the card, you will know what I'm talking about. They're thinking about it. It's going around in their head, right? So it is whoever it is, in your case, you or somebody could be giving it a real hard thought. What to do now? What is the next best solution over here? What can be done? They want to do something. You, or probably, like I said, you want to do something, but like it is a time where you know that you have to pause, you have to reflect, you have to understand, because your action can also be good or it can go totally in the wrong direction. So before you pick up the action want, and before you take action, you definitely have to really think about the whole situation here. This has got something to do with your marriage, contract, partnership, could be business, could be a new house, could be anything that concerns your happiness, could concern your money, could concern your fundamental stability in life as well, right? So somebody is definitely thinking about it. Six of Cups in the reverse, like I said, explained. The Princess of Cups in the reverse, explained. Death in the reverse. Now this could be a very internal transformation for some, right? Or no transformation, or it could be an internal purging that is required for some, or for some it could be that they are stopping all kinds of movement. They are not engaging in any kind of transformation, physical or mental. Can be anything. It can be anything. Okay. So it could be that this King of Wand knows that something is not going to move easily here, or something is not going to happen quickly here. I mean, there is a block. Let's put it like that. Okay. There is a block in here. And this is probably where the King of Wand is thinking about it. What to do next? How to work on this block? Because this is definitely a barrier. Right? And if you don't take action on this barrier, this could only become worse. So the King of Wand has to take action on this barrier. But before the King of Wand does take action, they have to think about it. They have to pause. They have to really work on that plan. Action doesn't take a minute. I mean, action takes a minute, but to think about that action takes a long time. Your more strategic action, the action that will yield you your rewards at the end of the day. Right? So that's very important in here. Now, like I said, the Queen of Cups, somebody is here not letting it go completely, but at the same time, like I said, is being quite stubborn about the whole situation, right? Where the the Four of Sword upright is talking about someone who knows, or you probably know, that you're not taking action also. At this point, you're being very stubborn, you're not moving, you're not taking action, you're praying, you're contemplating, you are meditating, you're thinking, you're healing, it could be anything. But when it comes to action over this situation, you're not taking that call right away. You are not taking that call right away. You're being stubborn about yourself. You're taking your time. Some of you could be even learning lessons still. You're taking time to think about those situations of learning lessons. Maybe asking for forgiveness if you have done something wrong. Trying to correct yourself so that you don't repeat that same mistake again. Clearing your conscience, very important. So whatever that could be for each one of you guys, but you are not taking any step forward at this point. The energy more so tells me that you're waiting for things to happen by itself in the natural course of things. You don't want to rush, you don't want to push, you don't want to break open barriers, you don't want to fight, right? No verbal arguments in here. Still quiet, not talking much, contemplating more, meditating. It's more like being internally withdrawn in yourself to get a hang of your own understanding more so. Action? No. It's more of a mental energy, right? So when concerns mental energy, it talks about your mental situation that you're trying to calm down, come to terms with a lot of things, waiting for things to evolve or grow or change, but you're not pushing towards it. You're not rushing, you're not pushing towards that situation. Okay. Now, like I said, the Queen of Wands in the reverse explained. Eight of Cups have spoken about something she wants to leave, abandon, that she doesn't like, she cannot tolerate. Zero tolerance for situations in life that she cannot adjust with in her own way, right? Which is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, where there is no teamwork, lack of collaboration from people or from friends or supporters or anybody in your life, where you know that you are not a part of the team or others are not a part of your team as well. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't enjoy being with people who are not team players in your life. Could be in your personal life, could be in your professional life, right? People who are not cooperative, people who are not um, helping each other to work better, to do things right. People who lack that sense of willingness to come together and work together as a team. So you don't want to be a part of that scenario or that situation where you do not enjoy the company of people or community or friends who are not, you feel, is a part of your tribe or soul tribe. All right. Princess of Sword explained, guys. I've just told you what it talks about. Devil in the reverse, I've explained. Giving up on the restrictions of your psychological understanding that still, had a lot of negative attachments with your thought process. That's the way. Then you have the Sun, because if you can do that, you will find a lot of enlightenment within your own spiritual understanding. But you have to let that toxicity go, because until you can clear yourself, your mind more so, of all the toxic elements that you could be holding in yourself because of situations in life, unless you can clear that, free yourself, let that negativity leave you, until then you won't come to your spiritual understanding or enlightenment of what it is that you have to understand. Some kind of enlightenment is in the way, but that will happen over the next few days or weeks or whatever the time period that you normally would take. Like I said, everybody is on a different timeline. So you could take longer, your friend or somebody you know could take shorter time period to release that and have that enlightenment of your own understanding. You will find that enlightenment. You will get a hang of it. Your realization will be more heightened. Your psychological understanding will be more better. You'll be able to understand situations better in your life if you can leave behind a toxicity or toxic or addictive situation that has impacted you psychologically, where, like I said, you need to clear that thought process. Very, very different, a bit difficult, but not impossible. Takes time. Okay, so work on this energy, because there is a lot of enlightenment, self realization, right? Where some of you could have been a little bit egotistical as well, for some, because of that negative energy. That will all eventually clear, because you will understand yourself, or you will understand your logical sense much better. Now, Eight of Pentacles, as I explained, Fool, as I explained, and Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So clearly it says the divine timing is going to stop you from moving forward or doing anything foolish in your life without thinking anymore. Even if you want to, like I said, even if you have been out of touch because of work pressure, workload, handling things in yourself, by yourself, taking a lot of stress over yourself, doing a lot of things around yourself, by yourself, which was the result that you had been out of touch with your own spiritual self or soul. But divine timing, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, says that you won't be able to move forward. Even if you want to take a wrong leap of faith, universe is going to stop you from doing anything wrong in your life anymore, because whatever you have done had been a bad harvest. You will not be able to reap anymore on that particular energy. Not possible. The door has been shut, closed. So whatever wrong decisions, wrong spiritual understanding that you have taken before because of your workload, work pressure, starting a new business, starting something new, doing a lot by yourself, as I explained. And even if you try to do something that you're out of your spiritual contact or spiritual self, something reckless or foolish in your life, again, you will not be able to move, because divine timing says that chapter is closed. You will not be able to reap any more rewards from that chapter that's already closed and done with. It's gone. Okay, so which means some cycle in your life is going to close or has closed. Okay, so it is this time of the year, and I have been feeling that pull of the energy that cycles will close slowly, right? Like when I say cycles close, it doesn't, all the cycles don't close together. Sometimes it does, but many a times the cycles work one by one. Whatever that chapter in your life has been foolish, where you know that you have done things wrong because you have been too distracted or too focused on something in your life and you did not pay attention to where you're going, what you're doing, you will not be able to do that or repeat that same mistake again, because that chapter or that cycle in your life has come to an end or is coming to an end. Good news, guys. So basically, it's a time that's coming where a fresh new start in the air is going to blossom. Because one by one, chapters close, cycles close. What is the option you have? To start fresh, to start new, to do something new. What is the energy that could be around the collective? One energy that could be around the collective, around this portion in time, my spirit. What could be that energy that could be around the collective in this portion in time? One energy, please. One particular energy that could be around the collective in this portion in time. Okay. Judgment in the reverse. Okay. Somebody could be giving you wrong advices at this point or in this portion in time. Somebody could be telling you to do wrong things, directing you in the wrong way, right? Leading you onto the wrong path. So be very, very careful. Because your judgment, your decisions could be based upon somebody else who is there in your life who says what you think is not the right thing, but that person could be saying, no, no, that's the right way. Let's do this. That could be completely a wrong judgment call on your part. Because that particular energy or somebody in your life could be directly linked with you taking a wrong decision in your life at this point in time. So be very careful if there is any situation that you need help on. You need to understand, you need to pause, you need to reflect, you need to think, not once, not twice, could be a couple of times, because somebody or some energy around you could be taking you into a road of disaster if you are not careful. If you're not careful, because that energy could be an awakened energy, not awakened energy, unawakened energy. So because that energy is has still not woken up, their eyes have not opened, they are not in contact with their spiritual understanding, transformations, rebirth, second chance, they could be telling you things that could be totally wrong, misguiding you, misleading you, confusing you around this portion, right? So you have to watch out for that, collective. You have to be very, very careful about this situation that is hanging around in your life at this point in time. Okay, so enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye. God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.